Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so today, or this week, you guys are going to be creating a little bit of code. And we're going to create this little box right here that when you touch, you jump back with a little explosion. And you can adjust the parameters to be whatever you want, but here is what we're going to be doing is we're going to be jumping into the level blueprints, which you can find up here. Open level blueprints. This is what they look like. And it's probably going to be a window that kind of floats around, and if you wanted to pin it up here, you could go back and forth. So to start off, let's just, wherever our player spawns, let's just put a cube right in front of them. And obviously right now, if you touch this cube, nothing happens. But we want it again so that if you touch the cube, something big happens. You get a nice explosion. So we have to do a little bit of coding. First off, let's put a couple of things in here, like an explosion. So if you go into your content main folder here and type in explosion, there should be what's called a particle effect. A particle system, sorry. And you can just throw that right there. Now when we hit play, it explodes right away. So now select this particle system, and if it ever gets lost, you can always just type it in up here in the world outliner, explosion. Mine is called explosion too. And we're just going to go down here and uncheck the box that says auto activate, which means now when we hit play, it does not explode. We're also going to throw in a radial force. And if you remember when we were playing around with physics, these are the things that cause something to move, right? And we'll set the force to a very, very, very big number. 1, 0, 0, 0, I don't know. Let's just see what happens if it works. That definitely worked. Okay, so obviously that's a bit much, but if I go into World Outliner and type in force, I think this, if you double click, it'll tell you which one it is. I don't need that one. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. That's the one. So let's knock off a couple of zeros here. Okay, that's kind of weak, but let's change that number to whatever you like. I'm gonna do 5, 0. I don't even know. It doesn't put commas, so it's kind of hard to tell. Oof. Come on. Okay, that's still pretty intense, but okay, cool. And remember, if you double click on it, it'll take you right there. I'll just drop that to 2. So once again, we're going to unactivate this. So go to activation under the radial force actor and uncheck the box, and this is what happens now. Nothing. Okay, so let's have some events occur. First off, right now, if we click on this this cube, it's cube 3 for me, you'll see that simulations do not generate hit events. That is not checked. And we want it so that when you hit it, it does create a hit event. So I have to check this box first. Under the cube 3, make sure that under collision, simulation generates hit will occur. Now I have to add an event on this cube by right-clicking, add event on actor, hit. So what I'm going to say is, and I need to make this window a little bit smaller right now. So if you have it pinned, you got to unpin it and just make it a little bit smaller. And we're going to take this explosion, we're going to drag it in. Make sure you have the right one. And we're going to get our radial force, make sure it's the correct one, and drag it in. And we're just going to say that when the actor hits this cube, we're going to activate. I don't want to activate a reverb effect. Uncheck context sensitive. And we're just going to go to components, activation, activate. Let me show you that again. Type in activate. Uncheck context sensitive. And scroll down to game. Nope, sorry. Scroll down to components, activate, activate. And we'll do this. Just plug both of those guys in. And you'll see that it says this root component thing. Don't worry about that. So now it's going to activate both of those when we touch the cube. Let's watch. Okay. Obviously still a little too strong. Let me knock off another 0 here. Okay. Now, unfortunately, because we've activated it, it's now activated perpetually, which means it never deactivates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a delay by just dragging this pin out and typing delay, set delay. We'll set the delay for 0.1 second. And then we're just going to deactivate. Deactivate. And again, we're going to find out under components and then deactivate. And then we're going to just drag these two pins. So what's going to happen is it's going to activate them, it's going to set a delay, and it's going to deactivate. So if I hit play here, oh, there's an error. What's my error? Oh, I had the wrong delay. Delay. Let me just check the context sensitive box. It should be switch control delay. Okay, I had the wrong one. No, that seems right. What did I do wrong here? Nope, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so I guess it was the one under switch control. So when you type in delay, just check the context sensitive box and make sure it's under flow control switch. Okay, so let's set that to 0.1. Up here at the top, if you change this to third person example map under debug filter, and let's zoom out here. Now watch what happens when I hit play. I can actually see my code. And you can see that the red line occurs, and that shows you that that code is activating. So now it's been reset. It's going to do it over again every time I hit it. And I can stand right next to it, and you can see the radial force is not working. And then as soon as I just tap it, I get that explosion. If you wanted to, you can make your explosion bigger. And you can do that by setting the scale here. Or if you hit R, you can set it. But I think it's easier if we just set the scale to 5 times bigger than it was. Let's see what happens. That's quite an explosion. And if another object were to touch this, like if I had a marble or something that I stuck over there, it'll also have the exact same effect. So if I put this sphere on here and I turn on physics, actually it's probably not going to do anything. I'll talk to you why in just a second. But if I push this into the box, oh no, it worked. Yeah. Cool. So I could stick this over here. We can watch it roll. Let's see what happens. There you go. You just coded. Congratulations.